All right. Hello, everybody. I'm going to make a quick tutorial here on some of the floor drops in Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. This is to show foolproof setups, things that you can do to get yourself in position to do these floor drops appropriately. And the first one is very simple. When you start, you can look right there. This is the practice ROM, and it shows you your Y subpixel on the right, 000 currently, and it shows you your health on the left, not in a bar form, but in a numeric form. So first thing I want to show is what happens to your Y subpixel when you do different stuff. So when you jump, it changes, right? If you jump whip, it changes again. Now, there are 3 guaranteed subpixels that will work for a floor drop: 0, 8, and 16. There are some places in which other subpixels will work. Those are mainly based on camera floor drop setups. But as of right now, we want to look at regular setups that you can do consistently, okay? So the first thing we're going to do when you start, the easiest setup to do this first floor drop is just jump up. That puts your subpixel to 200. Jump down, it goes to 72. Jump back up, and we're at 16, which is a valid floor drop subpixel. So you should be able to just drop, right? Doing that again, jump up, jump down, jump back up. Subpixel is at 16, so we can floor drop. That's why that works foolproof every time. Now, there is another way to do this where you do a whip jump up here, and that, if you get it frame perfect, it gets you a valid subpixel. This is 8. So that works as well. But if you don't get it perfect, you jump, you do a whip jump up here, and we're at 176, you're not going to be able to floor drop. See? And it's all about that subpixel. So that one worked. Well, I'm just not executing the floor drop appropriately, but okay. That one worked. That one did not. So you cannot get a floor drop with that subpixel. So the easiest way on this particular screen is to jump up, jump down, jump back up, and floor drop. And if you don't execute it properly, you can still jump back up and have the same subpixel. That's the nice thing about it. Okay, so that is the first little bit of information that I can give you on how floor drops work. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to do a couple of things here. First, we're going to do we're going to load a save state here. Let me see if I can find my good save states. Okay, here we go. So let's say you do the lizard grind, or let's say you don't. Let's say you do let's say you do the blank. You do the werewolf grind, right? And then what you'll do is when you are done with your werewolf grind, well, let's try that again. Load save state from yeah, all these save states are not for okay, yeah, I got it. So what we're going to do is after you do the zombie grind, you're in the holy water house here. After you do the zombie grind at night, you're in the holy water house. Now, these save states are set to where it's almost nighttime, so as opposed to it being just daytime. So, but the setups work the same. So let's say you come down from zombie grind here, you buy the crap you need, and then it's time. Forget the day-night cycle here, but after you come down off those stairs, here's the second one that you do. This is for those of you that do the werewolf grind. After you come down off these stairs and you talk to these 2 people, don't make any jumps or anything. Don't make any jumps or anything. Just talk to these people, buy the shit you need to buy, and then here's the setup. Because you're at 0, because you just touched these stairs, right? You're at 0. The setup is jump up, and then bonk your head once. And that gives you an 8 subpixel. And you should be able to do the floor drop if your inputs are good. Okay? So, yeah. So just to sort of recap, let's say you just finished up your... you can do all the jump looping you want here, but let's say you just finished up your nighttime Jova zombie grind, and your subpixel's all fucked up from doing your stuff. You just touch the stairs here, right? You talk to these guys, you buy your crystal, you buy your holy water, blah, 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 and then it's time for you to get out of town. You jump up, subpixel goes to 200, you bonk, you're at 8, which is a valid floor drop subpixel, okay? All right. So that is the essential basics of how these floor drops work with the, hold on, I'm actually going to put on some different tunes here. We're going to put on some different tunes here to kind of give us some chill. All right, let me turn the sound down here. That's much better. Okay, because we're going to be able to, we don't need the music in the game. We don't need the music in the game for this. But essentially, you've got the idea now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to load another save state for the next floor drop that's important. And that would be your chain whip house. Okay, so... let's say you just bought... you just got here, and you got plenty of hearts, and you're getting ready to go buy this chain whip. Your subpixel is 0, right? And you do this whole thing here, right? You can actually do a floor drop here, because, believe it or not, this is not subpixel dependent. This is camera dependent. And now we have a valid subpixel anyway. So you can actually do a double floor drop there, which is kind of cool. And again, if you're here, you jump up once, you can just bonk for the right subpixel. It's just like in Jova. The important thing is that you understand what your setups are. So if you're just flat off of a staircase and you do one jump up, remember in Jova you can just bonk your head once and go. Well, the same thing applies anywhere if you have a place to bonk. I want to get this double floor drop. Double floor drop is a frame perfect trick. Essentially what it is as your whip animation completes, you start your next whip animation before Simon has a chance to do collision detection on the floor beneath him. And that was a little fast there, I think. But if you'll watch the subpixel up in the top left, it will give you an indication as to where you're at, what you're doing. Basically, how you can think about the game, even though when you're speedrunning, you're not going to have the ability to see these numbers. You still understand what they're doing. So anytime you touch stairs, it zeroes out. There's your double floor drop. So we did the second whip animation right when the first one was complete. And what that did was it actually started that second whip animation before the collision detection could happen with the floor. And it allowed us to actually start a new whip animation, which canceled the collision detection with the floor. And you can make it a double. You can do whatever you want to do. But this is a good area to practice. It's good to set a save state here because, honestly, this does save a few seconds when you can do that, right? Okay, next section for us. The next floor drop I want to talk about is, let's see, Algebra. Yeah, so this is really important. We're going to actually do this whole setup here. We're going to do the whole setup. We're going to do this whole screen because I just feel like doing it. So essentially, this is when you've already bought the chain whip and you're on your way to Algebra. We jump into this screen, jump, whip, jump, whip, jump, whip. You should never stop holding right here. Transition whip there. None of this has to do with the floor drop right now, but I find it compelling because you're going to have to do some stuff in this screen heading the other direction to get this other floor drop that you're going to want to get, okay? So here we are in Algebra. This is where you're going to get your blue crystal. And we've all done this screen 100 times. We all know what this screen is. It's a very long walking screen that not a whole lot going on. You can sort of take a little coffee break here, blah, 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 blah. Your left hand can do all the work while your right hand is doing other shit. So then we'll head over here and get this blue crystal. Now, notice, because I touched the stairs here, my subpixel is 0, right? And that's very important. You do not jump or jump whip through any of this process here. I mean, if you jump, you can have to jump twice because the neutrals cancel each other out. So one neutral jump puts me to 128, another neutral jump puts me to 0. But if you just walk without jumping, nothing matters. It's fine. I'd like to exchange a white crystal for a blue one. Fuck yes, I'll take that. And then you're going to jump up, jump down, just like in Jova, jump back up, subpixels at 16, ready to go. And then you get this big, beautiful floor drop that saves a ton of time, right? Once you get that floor drop, every input you do from this point forward is extremely important for this next floor drop that's coming up. This is one of those that has a very long setup, but it's a very simple setup if you just think about it in terms of mechanics. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump from this third block we're standing on into the next screen, okay? Like this. We land and we whip. We jump up, we land and we whip, and we got hit, so that doesn't count. I'm trying to talk while I'm doing this, but watch what I do. Jump in, land, whip, jump, land, whip, forward, whip. So now our subpixel is at 248, which doesn't matter. That does not matter. But the point is that you didn't do any jump whipping, right? You jumped into the screen, landed, whipped, jumped, landed, whipped, forward, whip. Now we jump here. Make sure you clear that little block down there and whip once. That little block that's behind Simon right there, if you land on that, it will mess this up. So then we jump up and stop and wait, kill, right? Then we jump up again, and looky, that subpixel, 8, which is a beautiful subpixel. 8 is a beautiful subpixel. So you are set up for this floor drop right here, which saves another ton of time. So between the Algebra floor drop and this floor drop, you're saving, 45 seconds. It's insanity. And then you're here. And now, you just go about the business of killing all these bad guys and not dying. There is something I do want to show here that's not floor drop related, but it's sort of like a reverse floor drop. It's called a dash jump or a long jump. You can utilize these moving blocks down here to actually give you boosts. So we're going to try this a few times. So how that works is you jump on, you hold forward and then let go of forward and hit A at the next frame. Just like that, you see? Now, normally when you would do these jumps, that would not be how it sort of plays out. It would look very much like this. Right? But by doing those dash jumps, you actually save time, believe it or not. You actually save a decent amount of time. I mean, just like that. And then... No, I missed that one. That's okay. We'll try it again. And we can do it at night. No big deal. But yeah, so you'll hold forward, let go of forward, you neutral the D-pad, and then hit jump on the next frame. We're getting a lot of lag right now for some reason. Let me try it again. I did it 3 times in a row, and now I can't do it. There we go. Okay. So, of course, this is where you do the blue crystal thing. And there is a couple of floor drops here in Jova that we're going to want to mess with. The number one, the biggest, most important one, is the one out of the orb room. That's the most important floor drop. And I'm going to show you how that works right now. So, as of right now, we don't have an oak stake yet. We've just got into Rover for the first time. We got 52 hearts. We're good to go. Notice that the subpixel here is set to something weird. Doesn't matter because you're going to touch stairs. Let's see. You're going to touch stairs here, so it doesn't really matter. So we will jump. For some reason here, this purple block did not spawn in. It will spawn back. And let's get our subpixels up here. By this oak stake. Now, the rest of these motions throughout the course of this are important, but not as important as the final one. So if you're doing no wrong warp, here's the way that you're going to route this thing. Any percent, you would use that purple block to do some tricks, and I can talk about those in another video. But as far as what we are going to do in this big floor drop up here, none of that really matters at this point. Let's do the no wrong warp route here. The important thing is don't die, don't whatever. I like to throw holy water there just to make sure that guy doesn't charge. This little bit of platforming here can suck sometimes. Sometimes I even screw it up like that. See? That you can screw it up just like that. Which is not a run killer unless you're high level run. So we'll just go forward and jump, forward and jump. Remember, you want to walk until you feel like your feet are about to fall off that platform and then jump. Otherwise, you'll hit your head and fall. So this is the point right here. This is a very important point. Once you reach these stairs, everything you do after is going to be very critical to saving 20 plus seconds. And it's an easy setup if you just remember these inputs. So notice that our subpixel is now 0 since we touched stairs. Here's how I do it. There's many ways to do it. I'm going to show you the way I do it. There is no right or wrong way. There's just ways that work and ways that don't. And the way I do it works. So we're going to do this. You just simply walk off here. Okay. Then you walk off here. Now, this next input is you want to jump and bonk your head as you move to the right, like that. See? So pretty simple. Subpixel's 56, nowhere near what it needs to be for a floor drop, but we're going to jump up, stop, get the oak stake, do the thing. Now we're going to jump up on top of this platform, but not over it. Okay? Now that we're here on top of this platform, we make 2 more jumps down. We jump to here, and then we jump to here. Notice that subpixel's still at 72, right? So it's still not a good floor drop setup. However, once you jump up, you're at 16. Okay, so I'm going to walk through those inputs one more time. I'm going to walk through these inputs one more time. Subpixel set to 0. And then we do a drop, bonk, jump up, oak stake. Grab it and land on top of the platform, jump down to here, jump back up, and you're at 16. Now, if you're doing the werewolf grind, you should have a shit ton of hearts at this point, which means you can do double oak stake. Double oak stake means you drop from here down and touch the vendor on the way down and get a second oak stake without wasting a shitload of time. Looks like this. Well, I should have agreed. Oh, I think I went a little early, but that's okay. And that actually saves a massive shit ton of time. Now, I don't have enough hearts right now because this is no wrong warp and I didn't have the hearts coming in. But if you're doing the werewolf and zombie grind in Jova, you're going to have more hearts than you can spend. So drop, jump and bonk. Jump up, oak stake, up to here. Okay, jump to here. Now, if you don't have enough hearts, dropping here sucks because what it does is it takes your life away, right? You hit those spikes every time. You cannot avoid hitting the spikes if you drop here. However, there is another place we can drop that saves just the same amount of time if you don't have enough hearts for an oak stake. Even if you do and you're low on health and you don't want to take the extra hit, instead of dropping right there, let's go over here and drop because it's the exact same setup. Just because you're just jumping up one block, whether it's over there or over here, it doesn't matter. Your subpixel is still 16. And then you should be able to do a floor drop right there. See? Now, if you wanted to buy another oak stake, let's say you just did this to save the hearts. The way we would do that is like this. Okay, that way it's slower than dropping straight down, but it's safer. But anyway, once you get to this point, you've got Rover in the bag. Now, one other thing I wanted to show you is I'll show you one of these purple block tricks because this one's pretty easy, and this is not one that's going to mess you up. So we'll do the same shit. We'll drop down, bonk, jump, jump, oak stake, get that thing, jump down, remember, jump down. Now we're clear at 72, one more jump up, and we're at 16, good for a floor drop. I'm in a little save state here. Now, this purple block has some weird ass fucking properties, but I'm going to show you how to use one of them to your advantage. And the way this will work is you're going to use that purple block to push you to the left. And it's going to actually make you skip half the mansion on the way out, which is really cool. So I'll show you how that works right now. Oh, I fucked up my subpixel somehow. There we go. Okay. So what I do here is I just walk off the left and drop straight down, because what you're going to do is you got to set Simon's foot up in a spot. Okay. You see that right there? I drop down and move to the left. Now Simon's back toe is straddling that block seam. You see that? And that's exactly what you want. You want Simon's toe to straddle that block seam, because what's going to happen is as that purple block comes, you're going to jump on top of it and push forward, which is going to be left. You want to drop down immediately behind that purple block and then start pushing against the purple block, and it'll actually shove you to the left, allowing you to skip half the mansion. Here's what that looks like. Boom. It's a wrong warp, and it sends you all the way back to the very beginning of the mansion here. Once again, drop, move forward, line up the toe, and that time I did not go far enough forward. So did not go far enough forward. So you want to make sure that toe is touching that crack like this. Now you're good. See? Conversely, if you go too far to the left, you actually can kill Simon like this. Well, that didn't kill him. That was actually the last possible pixel. So if that happens, you end up stuck here. You just jump out. And it's the same thing. But any further than that, and he will die. Like he's going to die right here, I think. Yeah. Straight into the water for a death. So there's about a 4 pixel window there where it's a combination of, you got 4 pixels that say, one of them is you're not going to be able to do it because you're not far enough forward, and it's not going to be able to get you over the block. There's 2 pixels where it's like, yeah, you're going to make it. One's going to be perfect, one's going to be a little wonky, and the other one is death. So drop down, forward. This one's going to be close. We got that one. So it wasn't the perfect pixel, but it works just fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's move on to a couple other ones here. So we got Algebra and Rover taken care of. We can go into Berkeley, and I'll show you the floor drops in Berkeley. Okay, so when you go to Berkeley, okay. You go into Berkeley here. This is where you buy the oak stake. So we go up here, right? Let's go buy this oak stake. All right. So now the setup here is just going to be very simple. Once you buy the oak stake, you can jump down and you can try the camera floor drop, but otherwise touch the stairs to make it 0. And then we're going to do another double floor drop here. Just like that. And that was a little early. That was a little late. But the important thing is you understand the subpixel setups. Subpixels is 0, 8, or 16. You can do a drop. I do it first try when I'm trying to demo it, then it won't work after. Well, that's okay. The idea here is that you understand it. Touching the stairs is really important to get your subpixel to 0, and then from there, you can do whatever drops you want to do. Okay, next big ones. These are the next big ones. Okay, so this room right here is in Brum's mansion, and there's this asshole gargoyle right here that oftentimes will hit you. Boom. Okay, But now let's think about this in terms of what's actually happening there, okay? Because as we mostly know, once you get hit, your subpixel is screwed, right? So let's have a look here. Subpixel is 0 currently. We're going to go up here, and if we get hit, right? Now we don't have to get hit. We did get hit. So now subpixel is 96, which means we do not have the proper subpixel for a floor drop. Okay. So in order to avoid that, assuming that you cannot avoid being hit, it should be second nature to you to touch stairs before you do anything else. So we did not get hit there. Okay, we got hit, right? So that sucks. But once you're hit, all you have to do is touch stairs again and you go back to 0. Now, this particular room, all you got to do is walk through this door and floor drop if your subpixel is good, and I've just fucked my subpixel. So, if your subpixel gets fucked, there is a backup here. Naturally, that's what you would want to do right there. But assuming you can't, assuming, let's say, the gargoyle hits you or something like, I don't know, boom, right? And now you're screwed, but you don't want to go down these stairs. Why? Because there's an asshole knight standing right there who will knock you into those spikes and kill you. So here's the backup strat. Once you kill those gargoyles, rather than going down there and getting killed, you just touch these stairs, making it 0, right? We jump up, and then we do a neutral jump. And now our subpixel is at 16. Once you do that neutral jump, you're set up for a floor drop. So once again, let's do the regular floor drop first. We fucked it. Oh no, what are we going to do? We kill these guys. We touch the stairs. Jump up, neutral jump. And we're set up for a floor drop. Okay? So, as you all know, there's another floor drop in this room as well. Actually, let's see if we can get this crit. There's a critical hit you can get here on this guy where you only have to hit him one time and he's dead. You know, that was crit, but it wasn't once. Okay. We buy an oak stake. Then it's down. Now this platform right here is important because this trick is not strictly subpixel dependent. It is also camera dependent. If it's set up this way. So we go here, we touch stairs to make it 0. Now we're going to walk through and kill this guy. And our subpixel is at 34. We bonk 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Subpixels at 16. Neutral jump, drop, neutral jump. Back at 16. So once you have this subpixel set, and then those series of inputs are really important. There are other inputs you can do as well. For instance, we can touch here. Now the subpixel is 8. So when we drop here, 8 is a good subpixel. When we drop, we're going to want to try to jump into Death's Chamber. There's 2 little taps that happen with Simon, and I have the music, I have the sound down so you can't really hear them, but if you jump too early, you die, okay? So that was on the first tap. If you wait for the second one, and I missed it. So now you get the walk of shame where you walk this direction. This is very audio based for me. That will jump us straight into Death's Chamber. So now you can see we have the HP of Death right there. It shows us exactly how much HP he's got. You can choose to try to whip him down. I usually don't. I usually like to use the Holy Water crit, which I will show you right now. So let's say we just finished our drop down into Death's Chamber. Let's see if I can do that again. Dead. Try it again. I'm not hearing the audio, so let's try it again. Come on, Opry. There's a 3-frame window there to get that second jump. There we go. Okay. So let's say this is us right here. We're going to set a save state. Holy Water crit is not difficult, but it is challenging. So the idea here is that you throw the holy water and it hits his tunic as his tunic is touching the ground, right in front. So we'll walk through, right? Get him sort of down to the ground, and then we start throwing holy waters at his tunic. And that killed him. So each one of those holy waters is doing 1 damage, if you'll notice. So we'll do this. We'll just throw holy waters at him, and I'll show you how much damage it actually does. So each holy water does 1 damage, right? However, if you get the crit, it'll take all of his health away at once. I'm not really set up for it right now, but yeah, there you go. It took all of his health away all at once. That's the critical hit on death. So if you can get that, it saves a lot of time. So let's see if I can get a good setup for you here. Get him down to the ground. Boom. First try. Okay. And then coming out of Brum's, there's actually a couple other floor drops you can do as well. So let's look down here at Brum, see if I have anything. Oh, the ceiling clip. Yeah, most of you know the ceiling clip, but once you buy your second oak stake, right, you can do this ceiling clip that helps you on your way out. And it's pretty simple. The inputs are just jump up, jump up, jump up, jump up, and go. You want to keep that camera from scrolling. That's the whole point. So those inputs are very important. Let me load that save state again. Just for those of you that don't understand what's going on there. Okay. So the idea here is every time you go up, notice how the screen scrolls. Now, when we go upstairs, the screen continues to scroll, right? If we jump here, the screen will scroll again. However, if you jump twice quickly or do a neutral jump, watch what happens to this screen. Watch how it doesn't scroll immediately. Watch. See that? It only scrolls when you're standing still. So we use that to our advantage. We manipulate the camera by doing quick jumps like this. It's just jump, 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 jump. And then now the camera doesn't know what the fuck is going on, so it allows us to clip right there into the floor up here. One more floor drop in this mansion here, and then we'll move on. But you don't need to kill that guy if you don't want to. If you need hearts, kill him. It's fine. The other floor drop here is helpful. It does save time. I'll show it to you right now. So right now, our subpixel's all fucked up because we've been jumping, whipping, taking hits, whatever. But again, the only way, the easiest, quickest, and most effective way is touch stairs. Now we're at 0. So here's the floor drop. We're going to jump up. Now I'm going to see if I'm going to quiz you here. We want to drop down. We want to drop down here. We want to drop down right in here. So here's the quiz. Looking at what we see here, what's the setup? We've learned several setups. What's the setup? We have to get up to here because that's where our 2-tile block is. You can pause the video now and try to formulate what the setup is. Because once you understand the setups, you can floor drop any fucking where you want, as long as there's stairs nearby and a 2-tile high block. Here's the setup. Touch stairs, jump up, and bonk. That's it. And then you should be able to floor drop just fine. And that's just like the one in Jova by the holy water vendor. It's just like the one we were doing in the chain whip room, etc., etc. So let's do this whole section one more time. We will go up, jump, 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 and we got it. Now, if you miss it, if you let the camera scroll too far, that's actually a pretty good thing here. So if you miss this and you let the camera scroll too far and you can't get it, right? Like this. Oh no, I can't get it. You're not dead. All you have to do is come back down here, but the important thing is you have to touch this platform that the Spear Knight is on again, because that's what sets the camera down low enough. So the camera dropped there. So now once you've touched this platform, you're good to go again. We can try it one more time. Jump, jump, jump. Keep the camera locked and then start doing this mashing thing. Oh no, I missed it again. Not a problem. Drop back down. And then jump, 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 and then we will clip into the ceiling here. Okay. We don't need to walk back down those stairs. We just walk all the way to the left. We use these false blocks on this little wall to drop down. Down. Take this little boost here if you want to. If you're low on health, you don't have to. Okay, now we're going to touch these stairs because our subpixel is 232, which is not going to let us do a floor drop. Jump, jump, and drop. Okay. We have the holy, golden knife here. So what I like to do on my way out is I'll just do this. Bye, Felicia. And then we go through the broken floor there. All right. So that takes care of Brahms. We are now 35 minutes into the video, and we're a little better than halfway done, so I think we're doing all right. Okay, moving on. Let's see. So there's a few other floor drops you can do as well. Some really cool ones. There's one in the Morningstar house here. Okay, so as of right now, we have why the fuck do we have the flame whip here? Oh, I know why. I'm messing with the okay, now we have the chain whip. So in this practice room, you can actually change the whip that you have. Right now we have the chain whip. So we're about to buy Morningstar. So what I often do when I'm coming up is I'll oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So you're coming up here. You don't have to touch these stairs. There's two different setups here. I'm going to show you one. So one of them is you just jump down, touch the stairs, jump up, jump back down, just like Jova, and then floor drop here. Use the holy water and go. That saves time. Okay. So that's the setup I would use, honestly. There's a holy water setup. It's a 2-frame window. I wouldn't even fuck with that. I would just go with the, let's see, load save state. Let's do the Morningstar room again. Okay, so right now we have chain whip. So I would just, as you're coming up here, hey, we're going to buy Morningstar. Just jump down. Hang on. Jump down, touch the stairs, jump up, jump down, jump back up, and then do this thing. Use the holy water, if you have it equipped, to break the block, and then go. Then on the way out, of here, there's another really cool floor drop. Now, it depends on which way you go. I know EJ sometimes gets the Morningstar before he does Brahms, which has its merits and also has its disadvantages too. If you're low on health, then this would be a guarantee to get the Morningstar before you game over. But it also costs a lot of backtracking time. So here's the other setup. If you're going to go to the tornado next, here's the setup. You jump up, walk out, jump down, and jump up. Now, let's think about this in perspective. What inputs did we just do? We touched stairs, we jumped up, we jumped back down, and we jumped back up again. Just because it's not on the same ledge doesn't mean anything. These are the exact same inputs as jump up, jump down, jump back up, and floor drop. It's the exact same inputs, except it's spread over distance. So jump up, pause, jump down, just like we would do in there or in Jova, and then jump back up. It's the exact same inputs. They just spread across a different whatever. So that's exactly the same inputs. And if you do it right, they'll work. I screwed that one up, but they will work. So once again, when you're coming out of Morningstar, if you are heading to the tornado, jump up, jump down, jump back up, and you're good. So that's the exact same setup. Okay, next stop. We are going to be going to, after Morningstar, we're going to be going to the flame whip. So after you have taken the tornado, you got your flame whip here. Here's another little fun clip. This is an easy one. You just stand in right here with your legs straddling in between the block and the moving block and just tap A. Boom. See that? Let's try that again. We'll go back in here. We just got our flame whip. Everything is good. We're happy. We just jump up here. We straddle those two, and then we just hit tap A. And if it's not working for some reason, you can actually move a couple of pixels to see if that helps. But frankly, it should always work. This is the easiest trick in the game right here. Jump up, tap, 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 tappy, 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 tappy. Oh, no, it's not working. So we'll move just a little bit, and there it goes. Okay, so now that we have shown that, the next floor drops that we're going to show are going to be in the Laruba mansion. And there's really not a lot of floor dropping going on in the Laruba mansion, but basically after you defeat Carmilla, after you get the orb and you buy your second oak stake. No, there's two. Actually, here's another one. Okay. Here's another floor drop setup. Now, this one I think is specifically camera based. I really do. So this is before you've done any of that shit. So you're just coming up the mansion. You're getting ready to go do all your stuff. We jump up, kill that guy if you want to. Then we jump down, right? Now we're at 16. I don't know that the subpixel necessarily matters here. Watch these inputs. We walk forward, jump, and then we bonk our head here. And now we should be able to floor drop. And I had the wrong shit set up on there. Let's try that one more time. Let's see, Laruba. Okay. So yeah, so we just came up here. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm not going to kill this guy. Jump and bonk, Subpixel's weird, but it still lets us floor drop. That is a case in which your subpixel is not as important as the camera angle, okay? The camera positioning. So that's what we're going to do again. And this is just inputs to learn. So we're going to jump. We're going to let that guy do his thing. We jump right here. He can't hit us. Jump right there. He can't hit us. Jump up here. Bonk. Floor drop. And even though our subpixel is at 192, because we did those setups correctly and because the camera is set a certain way, we're able to floor drop. And we'll get this. There's one other floor drop in this mansion I'm going to show you real quick. And it's a good one. It's an important one. We're going to pretend we killed Carmilla and got the thing. Which we didn't, but we're going to pretend we did. Notice the subpixel number is going all kinds of crazy. It doesn't really matter at this point. What's up, buddy? Nope. Doing a tutorial video.
I'm going for a walk.
Okay. Okay, so here is the other setup. And it's an important setup to know for a number of reasons. So you get up here, we buy our second oak stake. After we kill Carmilla, because we're getting ready to go to Bodley. After you get up here and you're ready to leave the mansion, right? Here is the setup for how to do this floor drop. You walk over here, drop, immediately go right, up, down, left, like that, jump, and then jump over this guy. Now, once you do all of that, you're set up with a 16 subpixel, which means we can just do that. And now we can do this. Okay, so let's try that one more time. It is over, down, right, up, down. All you're doing is touching those stairs as quickly as you can, and that puts that skeleton in the right cycle to where he won't hit you. And that's all you got to do. So if you do it appropriately and quickly, it looks something like this. Without getting hit by the bones. Sorry. Subpar gameplay. Don't need to kill that guy. This guy's fun here because he'll jump. You can kill him on his second jump. Ass Knight. And then these two guys here, you can just jump over them. They're not important. They're not going to fuck with you. All right. That concludes Laruba. Next. This is my favorite drop in all of the game. My favorite, well, it's actually a set of drops. This is so much fun to do. When you're in Bodley, right? This is Bodley. You just came across this section and you're getting ready to come over here. I love doing this. So it is touch the stairs as always, because once you've done all this shit, you've come over here. Your subpixel is now at 120. So now it's a 248. So you touch the stairs back to 0, man. So we jump up, we jump down, and we jump back up. Does that sound familiar? Jump up, jump down, jump back up. Does that sound familiar? It's because it's the exact same setup we do in Jova. It looks different. It's on different terrain, but it's literally the exact same setup. So jump up, jump down, jump back up. And now we're good. So this section here actually it's not a double floor drop in the strictest sense of the word, but it is what I call a cascade, because you do 2 floor drops immediately, one after the next, okay? And on the way down from the first floor drop, you're going to kill a bad guy, and it looks like this. Jump down, jump up. Now watch this. Kill that guy. Then we jump back up, and look, subpixels at 16 again. And then we just do this drop. So that saves some time, but if you do it quickly, it actually saves a lot of time. I fucked it. Yeah, all right. You can tell I haven't played Castlevania in a few days. The idea here is that you can actually make this a very, very fast... this can be a very fast traversal of this screen. Man, my hands aren't together today for all this stuff. This is actually it's not an easy set of inputs here, but once you get it going, let me just start this whole scenario over again. Touch the stairs. Boom. Don't need to kill that guy unless you want to. He does reduce lag if you kill him. This is a very laggy screen, so killing as many enemies as you can is a good thing unless it costs you time. So one more time, this is the cascade. Yes, you should only have to do 1 whip each if you're doing it the right way. So yeah, this is one that is worth practicing. Again, I worked all week, haven't touched Castlevania in several days, so let me get my groove back here. Okay, whatever. It works fine. Let's say, for instance, you do screw it up, though, and there is a backup. So you're not stuck down in that well. You can actually still save a little bit of time. Let's say you fucked it up. Oh, no, it's fucked up. What am I going to do, right? Touch the stairs, and then just drop right here. Just like that. That's your backup. Okay? All right, moving on. Next big one. Is the big one. And by the big one, I mean this specifically. I was going to make a big dramatic entrance into Glitch World, but I fucked it, so I am going to show you how to get into Glitch World, though. Because it's fun to play with. Why did that do that? Glitch World is fun. So the idea here, I'm not going to mess with it right now. I'll do that in another video. But the idea here is that when you jump into this screen, so if I walk into the screen, watch what happens to the floor. So watch this. See how that floor rises up? But if you jump into the screen, that floor stays pegged to the ground, see? And by doing that, you put yourself in a position with the camera to be able to do this drop. But I don't know. I'm not going to mess with it much right now. Anyway, here's the big setup. Big setup for the final shenanigans. Different people do this a different way. There's many different ways that work. There's many different ways that don't work. The way I do this works. So, holy water, touch the stairs, right? Now, if you're looking at a two tile high spot like this right here, you only have to bonk your head 3 times. Now, let's say during your holy water toss, you fuck it and you only have this 1 tile high to do bonks with. You need to bonk 6 times. So 2 tile is 3 times, 1 tile is 6 times. So we have to touch the stairs first, though. That's important. So we'll touch these stairs. We'll do 3 bonks here and then back up. And now you're ready for this first initial setup floor drop. Now, this floor drop here is not part of quad, but it does set you up for it. So now we're here, okay? This is the setup. Bonk down, up, bonk down. Now you see what happened there. See how far that camera scrolled down? And then when we jump back up, we're at 8. Okay, so once again, let's just let's go ahead and set this. So bonking down. Okay. Now as you notice, the subpixel is showing 8, right? But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that the screen scrolls down enough. See, as of right now, that bottom set of blocks, this set of blocks down here is not completely exposed. Now, the second time we do this, see how much more that block is shown now? Now, once you have seen that, your camera and your subpixel are going to be set. So now you're set up for quad drop. This is a very hard trick. It's the hardest trick in the game. It's something that takes a lot of practice. Usually something, if I'm going to hit it, I need to practice it quite a bit. And I'm not really going to spend that much time on it right now, but I will show you how it works. It's the same concept as in the chain whip room and in Berkeley, where you do the double floor drop. We just do the 1 floor drop and then we whip again. Okay, and we got a double that time, so that's not terrible. A double saves several seconds over a single. And we only got a single that time. And it really does depend. It really does matter. Your whip rhythm is the most important thing here. Whip rhythm is most important. Because you want to get that feel going. And if you miss the first one, this first one here, this one right here is a frame perfect trick every time. It is move forward and start the whip animation on the first animation of falling. The second one is actually a 2-frame window. So you have 2 frames to get that second whip in, and that'll let you get the double. The third one is, again, a single frame window, and then the fourth one is a 2-frame window again. So to get quad, it's 4 individual tricks, 2-frame perfect tricks, and 2-frame window tricks. That's why it's so hard, and that's why it's difficult, and that's why just the top runners do it consistently. So that's how you do that. That's how you do this trick. As you can see, I use audio cues here when listening to the whip sound. I'm not hearing the audio cues right now, but anyway. There was a double. But yeah, that's how you do the quad. I have done many of them before in practice. I've never got one in a run. I sure would love to be able to show you one right now, but now there's a triple. So that was a triple. If you get the triple, you should be able to get the quad, because the last whip is the easiest of the last 2. So there's a triple. Double. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to get you a quad in the short period of time I'm trying to do this video in. My goal for the video is to show you the setups, and you've seen the setups now, so. Interesting. I'm going to get 5 more tries. I can't even tell if I'm early or late because I don't hear the audio. Ooh, I thought I had that one. That was another triple. Damn. Dang. Ba-doo-doo-doo, ba-doo-doo-doo, ba-doo-doo-doo. So several triples here, no quads. The quad drops you all the way down to Dracula's castle. I may just do this and cut this part of the video out before the video. Oh, 3 out of 4 again. There we go. There's the quad. So that skips the whole castle, and then you go fight Drac. So that only took 4 hours to get you a quad drop. But I was able to show you sort of how it works, how you have to manipulate that whip rhythm and such. So anyway, those are all of the tricks I wanted to show for this video. I'm sure there are plenty more that I'll come to at some point here and decide to show you. But for now, it's short of an hour. That's all I wanted to do is make a video in less than an hour of sort of how the different setups work for floor drops and some of the different glitches and things like that. So if you got some value out of this, please give my video a like. Subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. And I am on Twitch at Opry99er. I speedrun this game pretty regularly. So come see me. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you. Have a great day.